Welcome to the Federation
Right.
X Dirt Sheet. I am Lars, and with me is terrific Tony Robes, Weedman, and the magnificent Maxholio tonight as we review the storm warning card for this coming up week for Federation X. We're a group of about 23 to 25 role players for kind of creative writing wrestling, and it's kind of fun. If you haven't seen this before, come check us out on Twitter. It's at the Federation X, and then if you're finding us on our live video, like us, subscribe, and then get the notifications so when we go live you can see us. So advise you guys tonight to leave comments as we come in and go through the video tonight. We'll try to get to them and respond, and then we'll get going. All right, so the first thing we want to do this week before we jump into our card is take a look at our current Federation X rankings. And before we do that, let's pop up the screen share here, fellas. All right. So as you can see, the change this week was we updated to the Harbinger, the television championship. So we have the tournament going on. So with the storm warning card, we have tons and tons of about 5 triple threat matches and 1 head-to-head match to kind of decide on what the placement of that tournament is. So basically it's qualifier matches all throughout the card. And then obviously we have the X Factor Championship as normal. It's been great to kind of see the influx of people coming back, continuing to come back and to post on a pretty regular basis. So I would throw it to you guys on what's your thoughts on the, and we also have the tag team ranks, which should be mentioned too, that this just happened this week too. So Weedy, I'll throw it to you. You got any comments, surprises, disappointments in the rankings there?
Yeah, like last week I was like in a top 5 for the World Championship, and now I'm not even there. Somehow Hank Hooligan is higher ranked than I am.
Hank Hooligan's number 10 in the X Factor ranking. But you're number 4 in the Harbinger, but you have that number 2 seed in the tournament. You're welcome.
That's actually a really interesting thing, and thanks for that. I'm definitely surprised that Tony Robes is still like in the top 5. He should have.
Are you kidding me?
The fucking line.
Excuse me? It's a travesty that I'm not in that champion spot. I shouldn't even be in these rankings. I should be in that champion spot.
But you choked.
I did not choke. I got screwed in the match. That stands for sim for anyone who's
Screwed by a 60-year-old man and a referee.
Yeah, I did.
Shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good to see Devlin up there, especially since they went over to Howe and absolutely schooled them.
Yeah, that was cool to see him get through the first round over there. So we'll see what the second round brings for him. That's great.
Have they lost their minds yet? That an invader showed up and beat one of their top seed?
Yeah. I think there was some trash talking on their Discord a little bit, and the guy he's facing, I think Johnny Dorn, I guess, was giving him some back and forth, which is good. We need to see that, right? So
Johnny Dorn, if you're watching, you're fighting my B list.
Max, so we need to talk, before we go any further, we need to talk about this floating head situation. You want to give us a ring? So anybody that's familiar with Pee-wee's Playhouse would remember the genie.
Would you like a word of the day?
Okay, let's get it.
jobber.
Can we
You
all
remember the rules when you get
we
the
got-
word of the day.
we all got to yell and scream, right? So Max,
So if
you're
you
at
look up
7.
jobber, if you look up jobber in
Speaking
the
of
dictionary,
jobber.
it's
Ah!
Tony Rhodes, yeah.
So
Weedy, you're
what are
lucky you're in a different.
What are you asking me about?
Oh, see, I've got an envelope right here.
Oh yes, we have a magnificent Maxholio segment at the end of all this that can't be missed.
I have an entire planet between us, Weedy. You gotta let it marinate. I have a lot to get through.
So guys, what about the tag division as it stands now? We got six tag teams, and I'm hearing maybe of a 7th one come through. Pretty healthy for it being a little over a month since our return, right?
Yeah, it's
You
not
don't
too
usually
bad.
get a
I think
tag division this deep.
no, that's very rare. I'm just wondering, how is the tag like going to be decided? Are we going to do a tournament for that, or are we just going to do #1 contendership matches, or what?
That's a
What's
good
going to
question.
happen? What's going to happen is Genocide and Alan Scott are going to come in and get handed the titles because that's what's going to happen. The power base are running an absolute mockery. If you look down there at Aggravated Assault, last week they were #2. They haven't had any matches. They haven't had any challenges. But suddenly they're down to #4 with veterans moved above them for doing absolutely nothing. So
It's really Omega pulling some stroke more than he's doing for Amareza
yeah, stroke.
somewhere down the line. I blame Omega for that. But
Suck it, asterisk.
here you have the Society of Serious Wrestlers creeping above them too. All of a sudden they were like at the bottom of the list, and now they're at #3. What do you got to say
Serious
about that, Weedy?
contenders.
Yeah?
Serious contenders right there.
Last I knew, you were still stuck in a cellar, a wine cellar downstairs. So.
Yeah, and I haven't had a chance to check the board yet. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm still in there.
I'm pretty sure you are.
That's a good place to be.
Okay.
Well, at least I
So-
can't get eaten by another fucking zombie.
So any other comments? The Bloodsport Championship still up for grabs. It did not move much this week. So
Nobody wanted to touch it.
Yeah, it's probably pretty nasty.
Well, yeah, that's what. And it was killed. I think the Bloodsport challenges were killed a little bit early this week too.
Yeah,
You should
Yeah,
try and make it as late as possible.
yeah,
I know
but
you don't
in
like
efforts
changing the
to
card.
changing the card and putting this thing together, and
What criticism about how that's done, though? Maybe since the Bloodsport can be booked whenever, maybe we shouldn't lock it until card day and then announce if it's going to show up.
So I just want to point something out here, and Alan Scott wanted me to make this comment because, Tony's been absent. He's had some things going on. He's out of town and stuff, and then we get no posts from Ana Sisters for some reason, and he wants to know why.
When was the last time Alan Scott posted? When was the last time Alan Scott posted? Just to go on that,
Around the same time, I think.
Exactly.
Nor has we haven't seen the action from as much action from Devin Deshawn either. So put
He
that.
has an excuse.
Yeah.
He's stomping jobbers. You guys suck. Didn't even get the secret word.
I don't understand. I didn't watch Pee Wee's thing. I don't understand.
That's fair.
What am I supposed to do?
Let's table that one.
Yep. Okay. So we're gonna move right over that.
So the Discord has finally told us.
Yes.
Sorry, not the chat. Told us who the Ana Sisters are. Tony is both of them.
Tony is both of them.
Yeah, I have
According
time
to
to
the chat.
post us both Ana Sisters. Yeah, sure.
Well,
It
to be fair,
explains. It explains why when Tony wasn't there, neither were the Ana Sisters. It all makes sense.
Well, I mean,
I think
we're
you're in it,
missing.
Steve, sister.
We're missing the elephant in the room. Is no excess, all but he's around, and then no Gino, but he's around. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of clues that could be drawn in those directions.
I still think one of them might be Rude.
Possible.
It's
Post
Alan
two
Scott.
times. Kieran Crow shows up and then he runs away.
Then he flees.
Right.
I
All right.
can't fault him.
So our storm warning card this week starts tomorrow at midnight. So Wednesday at midnight Eastern time, and it'll last all the way until Friday midnight Eastern time. And then something new we're going to try this time around, which is a good topic for conversation before we move on, guys. And we'll go Weedy, Robes, Max on this. Is we're gonna try something new and sim on Friday, and we're not gonna have you post results on the board. So the sim results will be hidden, and then whenever we are done and ready to do results, we'll let the winner know who actually won the sim points, and give out the finish. What do you guys think about that?
You're welcome.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Think about that. You're welcome, everybody.
Tony, what do you think?
I think it's a good idea. It'll be no, actually, it's a terrible idea because Genocide came up with it. So it's shit. I hate it. It's terrible. Screw
Well,
that idea.
I think he was proposing something else in it.
Genocide credit for that. That was me.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. That was a Genocide idea, and someone else made it better. Right? Okay, my bad.
That's-
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, actually, it's a good idea. I really like it.
That's exactly how it happened. Maxwell, what do you think's going to come? Yeah, more exciting finishes, more interesting. Everybody doesn't know for a couple days who's got the finish until they actually execute.
It definitely stops the damage control when you know that both of your teammates have shit on the sim.
Right. So I mean, it will prevent people from pulling up maybe in the role play whenever
Or
role play
dropping entirely.
is in order. And then the thing that I thought of is that it'll probably end up just killing interferences because nobody's going to know where everybody stands. And I wouldn't want to be the one to screw somebody out or my partner out of a big match.
But it also means the interference is no longer, hey, Tony Robes is winning on the sim. Let's dogpile him.
Yeah, it'll be more random for sure.
It'll have to matter if you're going to jump in.
Mm-hmm. So definitely a lot more on the line, in my opinion, when it comes to that. And then we'll see what kind of excitement it brings. And I'm sure there'll be some loopholes that we'll figure out along the way. But, Weedy, I thought it was a really good suggestion to make that idea better. And we can incorporate it in something we're already doing, and we don't have to change much.
I think it's as Max pointed out, I think it's going to really open up some storyline possibilities. Or, you're not going to sit there and write for a loss that you've already simmed.
That's right.
Because that's something, all right, I'm going to lose this, so I'm going to write an interference thing, so I've got an excuse for why I lost.
That's right. Any comments on the chat? Pretty positive about it.
It seems to go the idea of making it so that people can't see sim results seems to be going down very well. Although our chat is a little bit quiet today. Thanks for joining us, Randall and Mike. It's nice to see you there.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on to
Mike's.
the first opening match, which is a product of the inactive Royal Rumble that we had at the beginning of season's beatings. Top Notch posted once, and Athelia got selected to be put into the the tournament. So it kind of felt right for us to put just Terry Anus and Top Notch on this one to see what we can get out of Top Notch. Hopefully he's listening. Hopefully he will come around and have fun with this one. I think Terry will be around. She's shown that she shows up for matches, so we'll see what happens.
She has a buy round.
Weedy?
It's totally a buy round. Unfortunately, I think this one's going to go basically to Terry via no show.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case. But a lot of people suspect that. But hopefully Top Notch can show up and take it. We'll see. So Robes, Tony, you got anything?
I think Alan Scott's going to have a really good match here. I'm not sure if Top Notch is going to show up or not, but I'm pretty confident Alan Scott will retain his title here. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen enough of Top Notch like around or anything, so it should be an easy one for Alan.
Okay.
See, you're calling Alan, and the Discord, the chat is saying it's you.
Right, okay, I'm going to come clean right here. It's me and Alan. I'm Tori. Alan Scott is Terry. And we've been hiding it and everything. I'm just going to come clean. That's it. It's done. Sorry, Alan. I know you didn't want me to reveal it, but it's done. I'm bored of it. I'm not Terry Anus. I'm Tori Anus.
There you are. You heard it right here. Alan loves intergender wrestling. You heard it here first.
Intergender, and that was the main thing about it. He's like, I really want to be a woman.
As long as he's receiving.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're moving on. All right, so it brings us to our first qualifier match of the night for the Harbinger Television Championship. So we have Eliezer the Prophet, we have Holland and Votamai coming out here. So in a false count anywhere match. That being said, I think that's just a shoe-in for the Prophet to hardcore his way out of this one, the victor. What do you think, Weedy?
I'm actually looking forward to this one. Obviously, Holland is a serious contender. We all know how serious he is. But
yes,
Votamai / Ovhugger has probably been one of my favorite people to read in the last week.
Of course.
It's just, I didn't really know them back in the day, so it's been a real surprise. I loved their work during the Cancel Carnage event. ETB, I haven't seen much from ETP other than like threatening to Jazz. And then
he had a real good match a couple weeks back at the season beatings with Max and Ov and Kashmir. So if that's any solace or any direction that this will go, hopefully he'll show up and have a decent match with this one, especially if falls count anywhere. It's right up his alley. Max, you got anything?
I faced Holland. Votamai, he's probably going to have some interference in his favor, considering he's banging an Uzi, and they show up to cards, Tony. But I got to give it to my tag partner. The Prophet rules when it comes to hardcore.
Yep.
It's take being able to see the future to know that the real fight's going to be between Eliezer and Holland, and Votamai is going to be the wild card if he pulls it off.
Yeah, see if he can back his way into a victory.
He's really good at that. So look for him to pull a sneak.
Okay.
It's definitely his shtick.
All right, so we'll move on to match number 4. Maxwell, you are in this one against Weedy, or the other Weedy, and then Chain Reaction, who posted a couple times and has been off the board lately. So wonder if that's going to be any indication on that. But Weedy, I put you at number 2 in the rankings based on your activity and your storylines and all that. So I can't not go with you on this one. Let's see what Max says about it.
I'm kind of hoping Chain Reaction does end up showing up, because we haven't seen him since he done his first comeback.
That's right.
But other than that, Max and I could just sort of sit there and have a rematch to decide who's the premier smoker of FedEx, because it's canon that he is the second best stoner.
You did win with the horsehair.
I did.
You dirty, cheating bastard. But Cheney, I really hope he does show up, because we'll have a lot of fun. And we could even have a triple threat smoke off if need be.
This is how pot smokers shoot on each other, right? They're just like chill.
Well, why would I shoot at Weedy? I'd shoot on Weedy, but why would I shoot at him?
All right, Tony, you have anything? What's you make the deciding call? Who wins?
Because Kieran's been giving me a lot of shit this podcast, unwarranted, I'm going to go with Max. I think Chain Reactions is a no-go in this. I really don't think he's going to show up. I've got a lot of experience with Chain Reaction showing up, making a lot of noise, disappearing. So this is going to be a one-on-one, and fuck Kieran Crow.
Weedy, just
you hear that, Cheney? Your bitch ass doesn't show up.
Go for the top of the head, Weedy. There's no protection up there.
I actually remember, like, back in the day being super pissed off when I was in a regional. I hadn't made it national yet, and Chain Reaction got promoted before I did, just because they were a name. I remember being just a little bit upset about that.
Payback.
Yeah, I know this guy. I don't know you. You're weed man. Who wants to hire you?
You're going to take it out on his inactive self, apparently.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause I'm salty about something that happened 15 years ago.
Of course, you have every right to be. So it brings us up to match number 3. Or I'm sorry, match. I think I had it wrong. Match number 4. In Cole Styles, Axel Hendricks, and Ophelia Crow. So we can't move any further without applauding the match that Axel and Stan had impromptu. That was kind of cool to see, and they put out a lot of content and a lot of good stuff in just a small amount of time, like a 24-hour period. So that was interesting to see. This new character Axel come in and actually show some of his character development all within the first match of him being here. So it was really cool. With that and that alone, I'm kind of back and hoping to see Axel continue that forward, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if he can bring it to the table in this one. Weedy?
I think this has potential to be a show stealer. Axel has been lighting up the boards. He's been very busy this week. Cole, I find hilarious. And I'm actually excited for my sister to have a match with at least one person that's going to interact with her compared to her debut at Seasons Meetings.
Yeah, that was, it was an inactive battle royal, so wasn't very good as far as that goes. So yeah, this will work out, I think, as far as interaction goes, and gets her in the mix. Tony?
I just want to quickly add.
No, go ahead.
Good luck, dude. And screw you, sister, for locking me up.
Tony, you have any comments on this one?
I'm just going to echo what Weedy said. Basically, it's got a lot of potential. I really like Cole Styles. I like the character. He's fun to read. I enjoy that. I haven't seen enough of Ophelia, but her Cancel Carnage post was the way she continued that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen enough of her.
Right.
And like you said, like Axel, the impromptu match with Stan Daniels was really good. So I think if these three are all on, this could really be a good match.
Absolutely. I think we need more character development from Athelia to figure out what she's all about and how to actually interact with her and what her story is and all that. And hopefully this is a good match for her to start to tell that tale. So that'll be fun to see if she can do that. All right. All right, so moving forward, so the next triple threat, we have an interesting mix. So we have two new guys, relatively new guys, and Hank Hooligan, who has been around a little bit this week. So that's going to be fun to see that interaction. I would say, it's interesting because of the whole Deacon Brody thing. When he does post, he's putting a lot of character development in his content, but he hasn't really mixed it up with anybody, with the exception of a little bit of Maverick Dawson, and then he's buds with Person Peoples and Cole Styles. So I would assume Hank's going to bring some experience to the table if he shows up, which I hopefully he will. But this one's a toss-up for me. We do have some comments from Person Peoples. I'll read them for you, and then you got Weedy, you guys can make your comments. He goes, basically he respects everybody in this match, and he thinks it's an honor to be starting out with a clean slate along with Deacon Brody. Basically it's impossible to know how similar all these men are, but he wants to make sure that he's going to honor his first match, his first real true match facing these guys. So very respectful, very, very face thing to say. And he's not going to give his opponents any fodder for sure. Weedy, what do you got?
I was really excited to see Hank Hooligan come back this week. Hank Hooligan was probably my first big national level feud. Absolutely classy guy. Even, gave me some interesting tips on selling Japan and stuff. Person Peoples, I don't think we've actually seen enough of him on the boards.
Right. We need more character development for sure.
Yeah. And, maybe as far as Deacon's concerned, more character development, less daddy issues would be nice.
That's right. We've had a couple daddy issues, Axel not excluded with that. Tony, what do you got?
I'm going to completely disagree with Weedy. I think we've seen more than enough of Person Peoples on the board. I think the guy's a jobber. This is a yawn fest. He eats the pin. I don't really care who wins, but he eats the pin because he's a jobber. Hopefully it retires him. I've had enough of that. Ugh, boring.
Okay. Max, what do you got?
I got
Hooligan.
Honestly, you got Hooligan, you got the newcomer Brody, who could definitely give him issues because, well, Hank's probably got some rust. And then you've got the guy with the dumbest name in the sport. I can't root for that.
Deacon's very, very, it's weird. He looks like a heel, but he's a true face. It's very elusive.
He could be really surprising, but I'm going to root with Hank with this one.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go on to our very last three-way triple threat here, and we have an Anus, we have a Martin son, and then we have a former blue chipper in Omega, who's probably just here for Amareza, and now he's sad because she's just taken a back seat. So I have some comments from Omega. Basically, he says it's great to be in the Harbinger Television Championship tournament and bring it into the new era. Says he's honored to be in the tournament and he will treat it as such. Though he is not familiar with Tori or Chip at this point, he looks forward to getting back in the ring with these newcomers and earning his spot in Federation X, unlike what it would appear that the number 1 seed Maverick Dawson has in the tournament. And he says, as Carnage and he have shown and proven that the old guard still have a lot left in the tank.
So I've got to say, I've been really, really impressed with Omega this week. For me, they've actually been better than I remember them. Some really strong stuff. Chip is one of those characters I hate selling, but they're written so well that I kind of have to forgive that. I hate those characters, but done well. Beautiful. I think Omega's going to pull this one out. Tori could be there, but yeah, the Anusai have been slowing down a bit.
Yeah,
I'd like to see what Chip's going to do in this match, considering their lack of training ability.
right. I would say that the experience goes to Omega, hands down. Tori's and Terry have been awesome on Sim, so we'll see if they can continue that and move on.
So the chat is just telling me be very careful of Tori's butt plug or Tony's butt plug.
Okay. it has not been on the role play boards in a while, so I wonder if it'll make an appearance for sure. Tony, do you have any comments for Omega with his shot across the bow?
No, he's in a match with an Anusai. Have fun. Like, honestly. Unlucky. Maverick's the one getting the plaudits, and you're having to fight a woman and a guy that looks like Josh Whittaker. So I think that says everything.
Maxwell?
If Omega loses to them, either one, he's never going to live it down. End of story. Chip doesn't fight, and she doesn't fight except on the sim. If he loses, he won't live it down.
All right.
I have
go. And then we have the number 1 seed in the tournament going head to head with of Hugger. This is going to be an intriguing one for sure. You know, Ov and I have mixed it up in the past. We know each other quite well, so I don't expect anything but the max out and definitely the role play. And I would assume it's just going to come down to who can roll it in the sim. So with that said, you know, Maverick's comments are this, that I realize Ove Hugger is, you know, is a big guy and has turned a new leaf and has all of a sudden became this gentle giant. He's going to realize what number 1 seed in the qualifier means. He's going to get knocked out of the tournament before he's even in it. And that a harbinger means new, and he's anything close to being new. He's actually a foundation of Federation X where he should have stayed. And he should have probably just send out Bottomeye to do his work like he did last card. So with that being said, there's plenty of other chumps in the seedings, and I have my eye back on Omega to see if he even gets past the first round as well. So
I see some blatant favoritism here by the power base. Everyone else in the tournament has to take on 2 people, including me, and you just have to go against one person that hugs a lot.
So I will say this. Valentine was in this match, and until he found out that he was in this match, and he said he didn't want to be booked. So that's the reason why.
Yeah, pissed on your bonfire there, Weedy.
Don't like That was like some really good heat I was building up towards with all the favoritism, that, but now it's making sense.
Sure. But then again,
Plenty of
he
time
showed
for that, Weedy.
he showed up in the Stan Axel match. So, you know, maybe he's got other plans that he wanted to execute out on this card. We'll see.
I absolutely loved the off hugger post during the Cancel Carnage event.
Yes.
I was in stitches, yeah, just hugging the crowd into submission, like left, right, and center. It was brilliant.
Yep. All right, Tony, got any commentary?
I have to say, love the confidence from my tag team partner. Absolutely love it. He's completely right. It's about time that these old guys step down and made way for the new ones. And if you're not going to step down, Maverick's going to knock you down. Easy dub for Maverick.
All right, Maxholio. What does the magnificent Maxholio think?
I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but somebody might bring back a bear hug as a finisher.
Okay.
Oh, that'd rule.
Awesome. All right, so now we bring a new segment to the mix. We have the Consumer's Corner, starring the mass consumer Michael Kashmir and his special guest, Carnage. So they have something planned, something set up, so it ought to be interesting to see. So I'm really glad to see Kashmir step up and want to do this segment. He said he wanted to kind of step away, and we convinced him to do a little something on cards, and he absolutely loved the idea. So he's stepping into it. Any comments before we move on to Weedy's segment? It's got Carnage showcased as well.
Bring on Weedy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what to expect from Consumers Corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see. All right, so this brings us to our segment, and I'll go ahead and I'll stop sharing so that we can see. Full screen. Go right ahead.
Well, I know a lot of people were very happy to see Team SBFF on our last episode. Unfortunately, I couldn't get them into the studio today, but I do have something even better, I think. We have Carnage, our current world champion. So during the Cancel Carnage event, you decided to show off some of your feminist credentials. Words are hard. So a quick question. How does the new Ghostbusters movie outstrip the old one? Melissa McCartney is better than Bill Murray in every way. Hot take, hot take. Anything else about the movie that struck you? The dancing scene is better than the entirety of the Shawshank Redemption. Wow, strong words there. I'm not sure I'd agree. Now, is there any other bits of feminist media that you'd like to speak out on? Captain Marvel is better than Infinity War. Wow, that's some strong stuff.
Ask
Now, we
Omega
also
if he
have-
likes Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, Omega, what are your thoughts about Charlie's Angels? Needs less Bosley. Okay, fair enough. I thought that was one of the few good things about it. And now, do you ride Carnage so hard because you can't get over on your own merit? Well, yeah, if I was as vanilla as you, I might do the same. Oh, there you go. There's the old guard, ladies and gentlemen. That's been this week's Wheaties Chicken Shits. Now, I know some of you were disappointed that Team SBFF couldn't be here today. When you're relevant, you'll always be my backup punching bag. Don't worry. That's it for today.
Thank you, old guard. All right. So we should be back sharing. Thank you, Weedy, for that awesome segment. Now we move on to the the second to last match of the evening, where we have a pure wrestling rules match against that pits Terrific Tony Robes 2 against Devin Deshawn, who is going through round 2 this week with the Danucci Cup at How Wrestling. So the big thing about this is, you know, any DQ win on the sim will be worth, I think I read it right. So it'll be worth 5 points. It's kind of weird.
No, it's not weird. It's not weird because it's obviously there to screw me over. Quite clearly, that's why it's been put in. I'm being victimized here. They're trying to give this jobber a shot when we all know it should be easy. 1, 2, 3, done. Tony Robes moves on. But no, they're trying to put in something to screw me over. And this stupid rule that's never appeared before, ever. And now it's suddenly relevant in this match. Marker.
So Devin's got some comments for you, Tony.
No one cares. No one cares.
He says you're ducking him, you're ignoring him, you won't give him the time of day, and it's for good reason. And he says he's gonna be very, very pleased to get you in the ring and actually show you what pure wrestling is all about, without any cheats or any cheap tactics. And he's ready to take your spot and keep you down in the rankings. He's sleeping.
Oh, I'm sorry. You finished? You finished? Oh, okay, good. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Weedy, what do you got? I think you're on mute, sir. We'll go to Max.
There we go.
Oh, there you go, Weedy.
You know what? I'm actually going to do something uncharacteristic here. I think Tony might be here. As much as they, dropped the ball on the last card, it was a very strong showing from Tony, and I feel sick to the guts just saying that. But yeah, this one will probably be Tony, and I feel sick.
I'm gonna jump in as Maverick would say, is basically, let's face it, Deshawn. The only way Deshawn wins this is he gets lucky and he does get a DQ finish in a pure wrestling rules match for some reason or another. Tony's been ignoring Deshawn for a reason. He's totally beneath him. So
thank you.
Maxwell.
I think Deshawn's reading his own press clippings, beating around scrubs from HOW.
Yeah, he's mixing it up on some Discord spouts with the next round of talent. So
he's hungry.
And
Tony is coming off a loss from Carnage.
I'm coming off a screw job against Carnage.
Yeah,
that's what I'm coming
up for another one. It doesn't take a fucking psychic to know this one. You might want to check your chicken shits before they go.
All right, Weedy, you had something?
I just want to, throw out congratulations to Devin for repping FedEx over in How. It takes extra time, it takes extra effort, and full props, because I'd like to see a few more of us do that. I hope he continues to do well in the Danucci Cup. Yes, absolutely. I remembered it for a change.
All right. And we go on to the main event, fellas, where we have Carnage versus the Kansas Kid. We have all sorts of things going on. So, Carnage is the Federation X champion, first one of the new reboot era. Kansas Kid has worked very, very hard to slander and besmirch the Carnage name, and the whole cancel Carnage culture and movement has really really taken over the boards in the past week, and we even have Ophelia Crow
I just need to interrupt here.
Yes,
Sorry. Sir. Kansas did nothing to besmirch Carnage. Carnage's own personality and actions besmirch Carnage. Kid had nothing to do with it. He was just shone a light for us all to see.
Okay. Weedy, do you want to explain to us the special guest referee situation?
Well, it's not a special guest referee.
Or special guest.
Yeah. My sister, Ophelia Crow, will be Kid's special guest. I don't know why, but I foresee some serious accident here.
Looking for retribution. Just a little bit.
Yep. A serious main event for a serious title with a serious opponent. Let's go, Kansas.
All right. So, Tony, we're going to hold your comments for last here. Max, what's your comments on this one? Who's coming out on top?
I go way back with both of them. No, I'm not going to ruin this outcome for you either. Nope. Not getting in this one.
All right. So we'll move on to our Robes rant of the card. Go right ahead.
Can I just say that I do not recognize this as a real match. It's a joke. It's two comedy wrestlers wrestling for the world title. Two comedy wrestlers. This title shouldn't even be on the line. It wasn't even a proper victory. Now, Lars, you're a Power Base member, and I have to ask you, how have you sanctioned this? After what you saw in the main event last week, how have you sanctioned this, and how have you crowned Carnage the world champion? Can you answer me?
It's a tough call, and once a champion wins on your live event, that's hard to pull back.
Okay.
Even with Douglas, I wasn't happy with Douglas's interference or any of that, and it was a very hard pill to swallow.
Okay, so when Maverick gets to the Harbinger title tournament final for the title, I'm going to walk down to the ring with a black and white shirt on. I'm going to punch his opponent in the balls, and then I'm going to make the cover 1, 2, 3. Fastest 3 count you're ever going to see, and Maverick's the champion, right? That's correct. That's what's going to happen. According to the Power Base's supposed rules, that's what's going to happen. Because that's okay in Federation X. Yes? Yes. Thank you, Max. Yes.
So Tony, while you're ranting, a serious question from the comments from Colt Calhoun, especially on the whole comedy wrestler thing. Aren't we meant to laugh at your posts? Are we not supposed to do that?
Who? From who?
Colt Calhoun is asking, are we not supposed to laugh during your posts?
Who?
Suddenly it reeks of hypocrisy in here.
No, but I don't agree with this match at all. And it's just further proof that I am being victimized. Me, terrific Tony Robes II, am being victimized by the Power Base and the rest of the Federation X roster. I should be in this match. This title should be around my waist. Terrific Tony Robes II should be the X Factor champion, but he's not. Because of this character assassination that is going on in the Federation right now. Everybody's going around saying Tony Robes cheats. Tony Robes does this. I have never, ever cheated in any match whatsoever. Go back and watch the tapes. When in the main event, my security team didn't attack Carnage. Carnage attacked them. Maverick Dawson and Amareza Entropy didn't get involved into the match until Carnage's transvestite midgets came out of nowhere and attacked them. Where they came from, I have no idea. The only solution I can find is that Carnage likes to keep his sexual partners close to him. And then Omega gets involved in the match. inserts himself in the match. Maverick comes in to back me up, and I cheated. I'm not the bad guy here. I am not the bad guy here.
I'm getting a bit of a whiff of bullshit. You've never cheated. I'm sorry, but I remember like a 3-on-1 beatdown in a rankings match at some point.
A 3-on-1 beatdown? Did the bell ring? Did the bell ring?
You went up in the rankings, I went down. Simple as that.
That's
So
because you lost the match, Weedy. That's because when the bell rang, I beat your ass and I won. I did nothing outside of the rules whatsoever. Nothing. Everything I did was legitimate.
You did nothing but get a 3 count.
Exactly. And that's what matters. I did not cheat.
So guys, Carnage has some comments here, and he wants the kid to know that he's going to go in there and I'm going to quote, because this is not my comments, this is his. He's going to go in there and eat Kansas's ass, and he don't think he won't. And then he's going to stomp a mud hole and eat it dry. He says, "Wait, I meant beat his ass. Jesus, I need you to turn this thing around. Damn you, Kansas. Please switch back for the love of God. Be a bonerific fool like you always have been so we can get this thing back on track. My belt depends on it."
That's why Kansas is going to win.
So he's taking it super serious.
Super serious. My favorite part is these two are now teetering on both styles, and it's great. It's great to see him flop in and flop out of both styles, literally and physically. All right, so I think we beat that one down. So what we'll do is we're going to move on to our last segment, which is the great, magnificent Maxholio. So for those of you that know the Johnny Carson Karnak, the great Karnak skit.
Way to let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. So, well, Weedy and Max are going to do this joke skit. Here we go.
You got to bear with me. There's a planet between us. Literally. It's going to take a minute. Hold it closer.
Yeah, the psychic powers really take some time to go through.
Okay. The answer. A Ponzi scheme, a Tinder dick pic, and the Mad Bomber.
What are 3 things that don't live up to expectations?
Okay. Shot on the Mad Bomber. Show up.
What other questions do you have for me?
Oh, sorry. Yes, this envelope that is completely different from the last one and not exactly the same one.
And not a budget direct.
Oh, that's not the same one. This one's different.
Okay.
Playing Fuck, Marry, Kill with Kellyanne Conway and the Ass Twins.
Name something worse than Gino's jazz. Ooh, brutal. Brutal.
Ooh.
Yeah, Gino.
Who came up with these? Let's see.
Here we go.
I got this one. A giraffe riding a unicycle playing dubstep on bagpipes.
Name a situation more likely than Team SBFF being what Federation X needs. Yep, checks out.
Definitely. Ooh. You might not like this one. Hold it a little closer. I got to make sure I got this right. Tyler Durden, Other Weedy, and Towley.
Who are 3 imaginary friends that are better than the character they haunt? Oh.
We both got burned in that one.
It's sad but true.
Oh,
Stoner Boy didn't even make the list.
I know. Oh,
I'm a pigeon now. No, I'm not a pigeon. I'm not Stoner Boy. What am I talking about? Stoner Boy's a pigeon.
Hey.
You killed yourself.
We are gonna have a parrot fight. I'm calling this one. I see this. Okay. Your next question. Stan Daniels, Mr. Rogers, and Bob Ross holding the door for each other?
Define eternity. Yeah, I don't think that's one of our strongest.
No. That one definitely missed something. Oh, this one landed all over the place. Melissa McCarthy.
Name the star that would be cast to play Carnage in a Federation X film adaptation. Nailed it. The resemblance is strong. The resemblance is strong between those two.
Thank you, Omega,
Oh,
for that.
Oh. Okay. What's the next one?
Yes,
Oh,
completely different envelopes here.
This hurts. COVID patients, Alan Scott, and Donald Trump.
Name 3 documented cases of people who think their shit doesn't stink. Yep. That one's fairly beautiful.
It's so true. Okay. Daddy issues.
Name something Axel Hendricks, Deacon Brody, and Miley Cyrus have in common. Yeah, there's been a lot of daddy issues on the boards this
There's
week,
been
hasn't there?
so many daddy issues on the boards, and I thought Reza had the
Yeah, I mean,
on those.
Omega didn't make the list. I can't believe it.
Okay, hang on.
Is this a yeah,
We're two to the end, I think. The more you think about them fucking, the more awkward it gets.
What do Amareza and Omega have in common with Ronald Reagan? Yeah, no one wants to think about that. No one wants to think about that.
Oh, no. Okay. For my last... Oh, this is good. The answer is all of humanity.
Who would win in a fight to the death? Genocide or Jackie Douglas? Yay! We all win that. We all win.
Okay, fellas, we're gonna wrap it up unless we have some comments on the live chat. You have any questions thrown our way that we need to address?
I don't sense anything that matters.
Okay.
We do have Colt Calhoun. Finally, after Carnage's comments, the whole eat his ass. Colt Calhoun is actually going to read that match. Probably be the first match they've ever read.
There you go. Good pub. All right, folks. So again, follow us on Twitter. It's at the Federation X on Twitter. And then if you're watching our video, like, subscribe, hit those notification sections to get that live notification next time. And then we'll see you next time, probably within the next week with some results and maybe some reporting. We've been talking about that and talking about some more live content and live feeds we can do with different people. As you're interested, we'll come to us and let's have a conversation and we'll figure it out. So keep on having fun with it. So cheers, guys. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us in the chat. Next time.